Good evening, all. JP Alexander here for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed. It is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Tomorrow is the inauguration of Joe Biden, the 56th American president. 46th American president. 45 men have been the president, but 46 because Grover Cleveland took up 2 spots. Was the only president who served 4 years, then lost for 4 years, then served another 4 years. So the 46th president, Joe Biden, tomorrow be inaugurated. Great, fantastic. Let's see what happens in the next 4 years. I, unfortunately, do not have good feelings about what's going to happen in the next 4 years. I think the American landscape in the next 4 years will be different than it is now. I believe vastly different than it is now. I believe we might be looking back in 4 years and saying that Donald Trump was not that bad of a guy. Not saying I want Donald Trump to come back in 2024. Not that he can. I don't know. I think the Democrats have done everything they can to make sure he's not coming back in 2024. That seems a little harsh. Impeached twice. It's pretty harsh, huh? Impeached. Well, he was impeached, right, because of the Russia thing, which I don't think there was anything there. With the Russia gate and then the Ukraine gate. I mean, explain to me how him talking to the Ukrainian president about Joe Biden, who may have been doing his son doing illegal activities in the Ukraine. Why is that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, you may catch my son doing something nefarious. Let's impeach him because of that. I don't know. It just seems like I was more interested in what is Hunter Biden doing than why is our president talking to the Ukrainian president. Well, because they're both presidents. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I don't feel good about the next 4 years, and I think things are going to be vastly different. And I'm kind of surprised that it's the right who is more the rebels here. It's the right, not the left. The left is, we're saying big governments, movies is government's bad. People are going to rebel against it. And it's always painted as the left is going to rebel against it. But it seems to me the right is rebelling against it, because it seems to me the left of the mainstream right now, the left of the elites right now, the establishment right now. It's kind of funny. We've had a Republican president, and it seemed even during the Republican presidency, the left was in control. And I think the left did a great job during the Clinton and Obama years of just stacking Washington in their favor. And I think that was a great thing on their part, because they were geniuses in doing that. Because they control, they control Washington. They control the media. They control Hollywood. It's kind of hard to, and they're going to control social networking. Google, Facebook, Amazon. Isn't that controlled by the left somewhat? Isn't that controlled by a left-leaning person? Yeah. Academia. Yeah. It's getting to the point where, those in middle America, those outside of those halls are going to be the ones being beat down and told to shut the fuck up. That's what it just seems to me. Isn't that what's going on here slowly? Isn't that what 1984 was all about? And it's surprising that you would think 1984 would be the right in control, drawing its weight around to the left, but it's not. It's actually the opposite. It's the left in control, drawing its weight around those not on the left. And I don't know if you can call them the right anymore. I don't know. Depends on what Joe Biden's going to do in the next 4 years. I don't think Joe Biden's going to be in charge in the next 4 years. I think somebody else is going to be in charge. Others, not one person, others are going to be in charge. And they're going to be pulling his string like the puppet masters they are. And Joe Biden's just a puppet, more or less, I think. I don't think he even really knows what's going on. He's like, yeah, I got a name. Use me. Use my name. Use me. I've been trying to become president for the last, 40 years anyway, to no avail. Use me now. I'm not going to be doing anything. I don't even know what day it is. I don't even want to even leave my fucking basement. But you could use me to get the office, and then you could have me do whatever the hell you want. And until I can't do anymore, and then you put Kamala Harris in charge. Put her up there. Yeah. That's what's going to probably happen in the next 4 years. Does anybody really think Joe Biden's going to make it until he's 92? Is anybody going to really think he's going to make it those 4 years and he's going to run again and be the president until he's 96? Does anybody really believe that? I doubt it. I doubt it a lot. I just find a lot of things that are really not making me feel all fluffy inside. Antifa and Black Lives Matter had peaceful protests where things were on fire and people were beat up, and we were told they're annoyed. What do you expect from them? Then these Trump supporters, granted, they should have stormed the Capitol, but they do pretty much the same thing, except for storming the Capitol, that Antifa and Black Lives Matter were doing, and they're all of a sudden the evil Antichrist. They're the agitators. This whole thing about what they did January 6th is going to be taught in schools is just horrible anarchy. And how about Antifa and Black Lives Matter? That's going to be brushed under the carpet. That was all peaceful protest. Not this. This wasn't peaceful protest. This is, And I hear CNN saying that they wanted to kidnap some people and to kill them. How do they get this information? They're just saying it? I mean, is there any one of these people said, yeah, I went in the Capitol with the sheer purpose of kidnapping somebody and killing them? There's a big difference between these assholes wearing the horns or whatever the fuck they were wearing, storming the Capitol, and murderers. There's a big difference there. So, I don't know. I think the media has been, Trump has gotten, these people in an uproar somewhat. Has he really? Or have they been kind of in an uproar for years now? I think the media was the first ones to get him in an uproar for years now. The media loves what's going on. This is news for them, front page news. What are they going to do when Joe Biden's in charge? Well, they're going to keep banging on the right again and again and again until the right never wins again. I think that's really what their goal is. And the goal is also to make sure an outsider like Trump never gets in there again. Let's forget he was in there. Let's make sure we don't get another outsider in there ever again. How dare somebody from the outside came in. And I think, people don't want to admit it, is that Trump was the first outsider, if not the only outsider, in history. The first outsider that got into the White House. The first true outsider. The first person who wasn't, maybe was he owned by somebody? People are going to say he was. I don't know. But I like the fact that he wasn't a lifelong politician. He hasn't been hanging out in Washington all these years. He wasn't a senator or a congressman or a governor or any of that. He was just a businessman. Okay, you could say he's a failed businessman. Whatever you want to say. We see is, he's doing better than most of us are. Well, he got money from his rich father. So what? How many people got money from their rich father and did shit with it? Hunter Biden got money from his rich father, and what did he do with it? He impregnated a stripper at the Good Guys strip club in Washington. I don't know. Trump got a lot of money and turned $1 million into 10 billion or whatever he did. Okay, yeah, people are gonna paint him as a failure. I'm sorry. We've known Trump for years. Is he really a failure? I'm a failure. Most of you are failures. Trump. He got his way to the highest office in the land. Was it all duped? He did the lion's pocket. His lion's pocket. Did he need this bullshit? Did he need this bullshit? Yeah. I, for one, hope he goes and does his business, and in 4 years they can interview him and he'll say, "I told you so." And I hope he says, "I want nothing to do with this anymore. You made your own grave, lie in it. You made your own grave, lie in it. You dig the hole, go lie in it." I think Biden's done very little in 47 years, but again, like I said, he's not going to be in charge anyway. He's going to be a puppet for the left, and I just hope they don't change that many things. But it seems like they already are, and it seems like they're going to. I think unemployment's going to be up. I think taxes are going to be up, and we're going to be saying, "What the fuck? What the hell's going on? What the hell are we paying for?" I think these green initiatives are going to be coming down the pipe. I think war is not going to stop. If anything, he's going to start more wars, because that means more money in his pocket. It's ugly. And yeah, I feel bad about what happened in the Capitol, but I feel worse about what's going to happen to us in the next 4 years than what happened in the Capitol. Wow. These people who were voting to get Trump out of office, even though a couple of days left. Really? You ever get the feeling that maybe these people are pissed off? Maybe you pushed them too far? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people on the right protesting in the last ever. I see people on the left protesting way more. And the right finally has a protest where they're protesting against the removal of the president, and maybe they were pushed pretty far. Most of us are not doing that. It's kind of funny how I never said to people I know on the left, "Are you involved with Antifa? Are you for that? Do you agree with that?" And I've been asked many times. Even though I'm only slightly to the right. I'm not a registered Republican. I'm not a registered. I am an independent. How I've been asked, like people think of course I think it's outrageous. Of course I think it's ridiculous. I'm not any part of that. I don't agree with what they're doing now, but I'm lumped in with them. For somehow, I think a lot of you are going to be lumped in with them too. A lot of people who even support Trump are going to be lumped in with that. Like those who support Trump are all of a sudden white supremacists. Where did that bullshit came from? Seriously. Trump was 70 years old when he went for president. He was in business. Never heard one thing about him being a racist. He was on that reality show, The Apprentice. Never heard anybody say he's racist. Hollywood people on that show, he's dealing with them all the time. Never heard one word of him being a racist. I didn't see him treat blacks any worse than he treat white. I don't see him treat women any worse than he treat men. I don't see him treat anybody any worse than anybody else. I didn't hear anything. And all of a sudden, he ran for president. He's a white supremacist. He's trying to kill all blacks. It's like it's bullshit. He's trying to. When did that happen? I'll tell you when that happened. That happened when the left started to lose the black vote. That's when that happened. Through the years, more and more elections that are racking up now, the Democrats are starting to lose the black vote more and more because blacks are starting to, they're starting to become conservatives more because they have something to conserve. They're starting to, make money and become, successful in businesses. And they're saying, "What the fuck am I doing? What has the Democratic Party ever done for me?" I always like to point at the good fact, is that African American unemployment was down under Trump. And people will complain about that. I don't think they complain about that. I think that's a good fucking number. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a great fucking thing. However it happened, it happened. I don't know what transpired in the universe for it to happen. Oh, but I don't see how that's a bad thing. I don't. I see that's a good thing. And, maybe it was going to go that way or not. Yeah, but it happened on his watch. That's a good thing. Some countries recognize Israel. Some Middle Eastern countries recognize Israel that didn't before. I think that's a good thing. Donald Trump talked to Kim Jong-il or whatever his name is. He was going to bomb us. Oh, my God. I was watching CNN every night. We might be, in the line of fire of a missile attack, nuclear, any day now. Now, all of a sudden, we don't talk about it. Why not? Because he talked to Kim Jong-il or whatever he did, and, it worked. You're not going to hear how great, Donald Trump is. A Norwegian and a Swede came up and said, hey, Donald Trump should get the Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. CNN thought it was a joke. Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for not being George Bush. That's pretty much is the only reason I could see he got the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, you're not George Bush. We're going to give you the Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you. What did he do? He took us from a couple of wars to other military action. Thanks. That sounds like peace to me. Sounds like a whole piece of bullshit to me. Anyway, just saying how I think, what I believe, and I hope everybody has a good inauguration day because I don't have good high hopes for the next 4 years, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I'm smiling here, hoping for the best because I don't have good thoughts, and I'm not I can't see the future. I don't know, but I could see it being vastly different than it is now, and I could see people saying, "Hey, what happened in the last 4 years has been bullshit." Does anybody else feel the way I do? And hopefully, in 4 years, I'm going to be not having things like this wrong with my apartment. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. And if you agree with me, if you think like I do, put it down and make a comment and say, JP, I believe what you're telling me. I believe the next 4 years is going to be not good for us. No. And there's a lot of things you're not going to be able to say in the next 4 years that you might be able to say now. And a lot of social media outlets are going to ban you for saying certain things. I wouldn't be surprised if this video gets flagged or something. There's algorithms to try to find certain words. And, didn't George Orwell think about is something like this, And it's happening, and you always know something's going to happen when they accuse the president of being like Hitler. That's always the beginning of the end. When somebody says your president's like Hitler, no, he's not. Okay, he's not like Hitler. George Bush. I remember George Bush was president. They said he's like Hitler. Come on, shut the fuck up. None of these presidents are like Hitler. None of the president we ever had is like Hitler. Stop fucking using Hitler. How about Stalin? He killed more people than Hitler. Why isn't... Let's get a little love for Stalin, okay? How about that? Stalin killed his own people, millions of them. If you want to do anything, say, he's like Stalin. Why do you got to bring up Hitler? Why is he the quintessential bad guy? And Donald Trump's like Hitler. Shut the fuck up. And I'm sick and tired of people saying history is going to repeat. History is not repeating itself. And now, okay, you've won. And you seem like sore winners to me. It doesn't seem like you're happy that you won. It seems like you're doubling down and you're coming after those who don't agree with you. I don't know. I think this is the beginning of a bad time. But of course, I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, this is JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed. And you heard it here first. Have a good inauguration day. Ciao.